Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to D-Ball Breakdown. Today we're going to use Sandro to show us how to break down a 2-3 zone. Now before I show you any kind of 5-on-5 kind of stuff, I want to show you some basic concepts on how you're supposed to break this down from an individual standpoint. The first concept I want to talk about is the freeze dribble. And what that means is the ball handler is going to attack two defenders in the seam between them, get them to suck in, and then he's going to kick it out. That's called the freeze dribble. So let's see a real quick demonstration. Sandro, attack those two and then kick it out. Good. Now, do that again and do it even quicker. Really attack them. Sell that drive. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, obviously the key here is you do not want to get that pass deflected, so you have to be really in control on that dribble. You know you're not going to drive all the way through, under control. You don't have to be full speed because you know they're going to suck in anyway, because as a defensive coach, what am I telling the two guards? What's their only job? Not to let anyone get in the middle here, right? So they're going to get sucked in, leaving that open. So that's called the freeze dribble. The next dribble we have is called, the next concept is called dribble over, pass back. So we have Sandro here in the guard spot and you're there. So it's very simple. You're going to suck the defense into shift by bringing the ball over across about 10 feet and then a quick pivot and a pass back to the man on the weak side. So show us that real quick, Sandro. Good. You see that? Now what's going to happen when you even do a slow dribble like that, these defenders are all going to start sliding over. The guy down here is going to start sliding over, right? Because in reality, I'm the guy down here who's responsible for that on the weak side. So when you start dribbling over there, I know I'm going to start to move over even a little bit, one step, and then when you do a quick pivot and a quick fire, I can never get back over there in time. So that's called the dribble over, pass back. Very important to have when you're attacking a zone. I'm now going to talk about basic 5-man fundamentals on how to attack a 2-3 zone, and we're going to use the most basic offense that there is, the 1-3-1, because it still is extremely effective against what I think is a very basic defense. We start with a 1-3-1. We have two forwards, and we have a guy on the high post, and then we have another guy on offense down here on the baseline in the slot. Now the slot is a position from the basket where you're about one dribble away, and I tend to have it almost behind the backboard, okay? I want to be able to see everybody in front of me from the slot. If I get up too high, it's harder for me to see what the defense is doing. So very simple, we want to get the ball moving along the perimeter. So bring the ball up and pass it to him. Stay on top, stay on top. So remember, 1-3-1, there's not a lot of movement. Get on the top of the key. Now pass it back to him and swing it. Look at that, now stay there. Now, the high post guy is very simple. All he does is go to the strong side. Wherever the ball is, he goes to the high post area looking for a seam, wherever it's open. The slot guy runs the baseline, wherever the ball is. So he's gonna run here and get the slot on this side. This is what we call a symmetrical offense because the same thing happens on both sides. Swing it again. There you go, good. Now swing it one more time. Okay, so the purpose of swinging the ball oftentimes is to get some space in that zone. And that's not a bad idea. However, we have a problem now, which is a shot clock. And a lot of teams will let you throw the ball on the perimeter all day, and then all of a sudden you realize, whoops, I only have 5 seconds to shoot a shot and I gotta burp something up, it's bad. So we need to attack the zone. And so I'm all about attacking with the freeze dribble out of this, with dribble over, pass back, and I'm going to show you some cuts that will open up shots for you. So let's say the basic one here is after we swung it and he comes across the slot, let's actually have the defense slide off for 1 second so we can see the offense only. Okay, the ball goes in a nice bounce pass to the slot. What we're going to have here is the cutter. The cutter, stay there, get up there. The cutter is the passer. The passer always cuts first. So that's just an easy rule to remember. Right to the basket, straight line. Okay, now, is that going to be open? No, because remember, you have a guard and a forward right here. So the key here is this forward is going to have to, back up, watch him. Yes. Now he cuts right through here. Bounce pass, boom. Left-handed little point that shoulder in his chest. Nice and easy because the ball goes there. Now the other issue there is, go back, Miguel, where you were, is obviously if the ball goes to the wing, it's the forward's job to come out here, right? If he doesn't, go back where you were, Conrad, right here. Throw to the slot, if you don't move fast enough, you're just, no, one dribble, get underneath him, and then blast him out of the way and shoot a layup. Yeah, there you go. That's it, and a foul, okay? So, you have a lot of pressure on the defense here by getting the ball to the slot, but the key there is the cutter can suck them in, just like a freeze dribble, and then you have the secondary cutter right in that same spot for the shot, okay? Now let's go back on top and set it up, and then we can have the defense come back out. Now let's do that same thing again. Go swing it there, swing it back around, and swing it back around. Hit the slot. Here comes the slot. Hit him. Cut. Cut. There it is. Now go, Garrett. Yes. Oh yeah. All right. Good. Nice. And a foul. Okay. There you go. Now let's set up again. So that's the one way to attack this thing. You have the slot pass with a cutter and then a secondary cutter down the lane. Let's talk about when we get the ball to the high post, because it's the same kind of idea where we swing the ball to this side now. Let's just do it this way and get all set. So here's the high post. He finds a seam here, right? Now you have to be over here. The reason why you can't wander, and we see this all the time, we see this guard wander way up here like, I got to give my guy a pass, right? Well, if the defense is over there, why am I all the way over here? So I need to move in as closely as I can because I trust that Armin will be able to make a nice, good pass back to me without getting stolen. However, so here's where we are. You find a little seam in there. Let's say you're back a little farther, Serene, because sometimes that guard isn't always there. You have to be out of the lane. We throw the ball there. Okay, who cuts first? The passer. So now he cuts in, sucks this guy in, and this is where the slot will now slide in right behind him for the shot, right there, okay? And then we can even add a dribble pitch in that if you want, right at him to get open, okay? And then there's the shot. So we have the same kind of notion there as we did in the slot with the high post. That cutter is simply a decoy to suck the defense in, just like we do with the other stuff, the dribble penetration, for a shot. And you can do that after one swing pass. You don't need to waste all this time back and forth. But here, let's not forget the key here is dribble. I want you to be able to dribble against the zone and attack it. Too many people just stand around against the zone, they don't cut, and they don't dribble against it, and you get a bad shot. Let me see that in real time right now to hit the high post. So bring it over, here he is. Cut, oh, come on, Armin, there it is, look, that's it, shoot it, beautiful. See that? Real simple. So there you have it, sports fans. A lot of you guys were clamoring for how to attack a 2-3 zone, and those are some real important fundamentals and concepts and the team-wide stuff to be able to get great shots and get that team out of that darn 2-3. And don't forget, it's B-Ball Breakdown. We're not a channel, we're a conversation. You win.